Hey.
Hey.
Oh, I just ordered some food.
Nice.
So
What'd you get?
excited.
What'd you order?
An Italian sub, some onion rings.
From where?
Pizza Man. Best place in town.
You love onion rings.
Mm-hmm.
You love onion rings. I like a good Italian sub. You know what I've done? I think I've told you this before. No one makes a cold cut American sub down here. So now I just order an Italian sub with mayonnaise.
That's what I just got. A little bit of oil. I'm not a huge oil guy, but I'll throw a little bit on there.
Really? I
Yeah.
thought that everyone keeps looking at me cross-eyed when I order it, but it's great.
What, mayonnaise on an Italian sub?
Yeah, instead of the oils.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
it.
I
That's all
always
I get.
go.
Just
I
mayo-
always go mayo
Just
Always.
mayo and lettuce.
with
That's it. And
lettuce,
cheese.
tomatoes,
Oh.
some pickles,
tomatoes.
a little bit of
Loaded.
hots.
No.
Loaded.
No. That's
Little
all.
bit of
That's all
hots.
crazy. That's too much shit getting in the way with the good stuff, which is the meat.
No.
Yeah.
I like my shit simple. I like my shit simple.
Apparently.
That's why I'm friends with you idiots. Simple minds, baby. Simple minds.
Minds. Simple minds.
Ray, what jersey are you wearing there?
Joe Montana, Notre Dame jersey.
The GOAT?
Yeah. He's number 2.
Number one.
Who's number one?
Joe Montana.
Tom
Joe
Brady.
Joe Montana.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's number one. So, Bill, would you call Tom Brady overrated?
How about we find out?
Oh.
Oh, producer Bill's in the building. Wow.
Wow.
You know, you get a half a case of Corona in him and he starts thinking straight. Atta boy. Atta baby.
It energizes that last brain cell that he has left.
Plenty
oh,
of brain
shit.
cells.
We
You
can't
know, call
die
me
yet.
Rain Man for nothing, bitch.
We also call you Queen. I know we did this last show, but I just want to read it again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ray. I didn't mean to call you that. This is nice, Bill. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
Get out of here.
Fucking
Sorry,
hell.
guys.
That last
Sorry,
30
guys.
seconds.
All right,
Sorry,
Billy
I
Good-
didn't mean that. I'm sorry.
Billy Goody Two Shoes. Let me hear what you think about this email from Raymond D. Lynch.
Sure.
So let me think about this for a moment. If Bill is the queen and Raymond is his son, then obviously I must be the king, and he is my fucking little bitch. Thank you.
You know, Ray's dad's a lovely guy. I love him. I have nothing to say. No bad words to say about that.
You love being his little bitch?
Oh no. We share a wife. So I mean, he's a little bit of cuckold. So like, who's a bitch now?
Okay, so Billy Goody Two Shoes lasted about 30 seconds.
Told you.
That was
That's all
fun.
he's good
That
for.
was great.
30
All we gotta
seconds,
do
all
is
he's good for.
all we gotta do is call him a little bitch, and he falls right back in line.
This is all I got, bro. I'm sorry. I can't do
Vape
it.
away,
It's my
baby.
life.
Vape away.
It's my
That's
fucking
great.
life.
No, I love your life. All right, welcome to the
Rip-
show. This is
Ripping
the.
down heaters.
Oh yeah, you're not even vaping. You're ripping down full. That's when you know. That's when you know the Coronas
Is that
have
the
been
third one
flowing
tonight?
for a bit. Okay,
I
that's
was the one
enough.
keeping her
This has been
$5
this is the
bills.
Simple Minds Sports Show, Sunday Social Hour. Welcome to the show. We're going to talk the most overrated Patriots in Patriots history because they sucked this year. So we're going to get a little bit of frustration out. So welcome to Social Hour, boys. Cheers.
Oh, cheers. Have you ever had a stripper dance to the band The Weight? It's just magical. Just
Are you asking me?
No,
Or are you
I'm
just
asking the
talking to the
listeners.
listeners? Oh, okay.
It's a magical thing.
I mean, let's be real. Great song,
Wolf
but
feeling bad, half past
that was the
dead.
first and only time I've ever seen a girl shake her pussy for a song like that. Like, there's no dancing.
That's
tune
what I'm
like that
saying.
unless
That's
you're
what
in,
I'm
like,
saying.
you know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ.
I'm telling the listeners why we were referring to as a P-word jukebox. I don't want to
Game,
Pussy
recognize.
jukebox? You can't say
game.
pussy?
I'm
I
just
don't
gonna
know.
beep this whole thing out. So
Oh, all right.
we're not getting
Again.
advertising. We're not getting advertising dollars from that place.
Yeah,
From
but
Mike?
I'm sorry.
Hopefully, it didn't catch fire with all the rioting.
Yeah. If that was, if that's heaven, that's where I want to go.
Dude, if there's one place that's going to survive a pandemic,
The trashiest strip club in
not
all
pay
of
attention
Philadelphia.
to a single mandate that's coming down, and no one's paying attention. Whether they're paying attention, it's them.
It's
It's
like
definitely
one
That's
of the
what
only
Ben
places in America that you could still rip heaters in there the whole time you're in there. Like, dude, you can't do that at any other bar.
No.
you can do it in Virginia, Bill. Come on down. I'll show you some spots.
Ooh, I like it.
Virginia,
I
you
love
can
smoking in bars. I love it. I
what you
love
do,
smoking
Billy
in a
Trash
bar.
Can. You can smoke at bars in Virginia as long as they have exhaust, as long as they have the right type of ventilation.
I used to play bingo all the time and used to stick in the smoking room.
Dude, I played.
Oh my god, dude!
We played a show at this place. I won't say the name. Well, I was in a band, and we played a show there, and you can smoke there, and it's one of the few places, that you can smoke, obviously. So everybody came there, and it was the middle of January, so it was fucking freezing. So everyone's inside ripping heaters, and I'm trying to sing, and I'm just like in a fucking smoke cloud, like,
Dude,
smokiest voice I've ever had. I was looking like Lou Armstrong out there.
the strip club down the street from us, Mark's or Mac. What was it? Mark's Show Place, right?
Old club, whatever it is now. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like a cabaret now, but it used to be 2 for Tuesdays. So you go in there and it was like $2 drinks, and you could smoke in there. So I used to go there every fucking Tuesday because it's cheap drink night, and I'd be ripping butts. And dude, you'd go to work the next morning after closing that place because I'm not showering. I'm just getting up, fucking rolling out of bed. Dude. You got to burn them clothes. You got to burn those. You smell like pussy and cigarettes. I mean, it's no different than my house now.
Oh, there
but
it is.
I mean,
Yeah, pussy and ash, baby. That's another T-shirt if we were allowed to make T-shirts. Billy, is it okay if I have this one up here today?
Yeah,
I feel like you were really okay with it today.
you're fine.
Okay, good. You guys want to talk football? Or you want to keep talking pussy and ash?
You
I don't
know,
mind
you
either
know where
one.
I roll. I would like to talk some pussy with a little bit of football.
Okay, well let's intervene as we can. Ray, Pam, Aaron, do you want to do a snake draft? I think we should.
Okay, then we'll do a snake draft.
Okay, who's up?
What are we doing today? Most overrated Patriots, right?
Yeah, you didn't say what. Yeah, Rich didn't say what we're doing.
I did it
got
in
it.
the
I
fucking
got it.
headline.
Oh, that
No,
was a
don't
while
worry.
ago.
I got it. Don't
All
worry.
right, Bill, Queen, you're first.
I am first.
Wow.
This
Take
is
take
not
your time.
gonna. No, this is easy. This is not gonna upset Ray, but it's definitely gonna upset.
All right,
upset
hold on.
Rich.
I'm going to let you go. I don't mean to interrupt you, but if any of you idiots out of spite say Tom Brady, we're just gonna cut it out of the entire show because
Don't say that. He'll just say that to end the show early. He's got an Italian sub on the way.
No, they're gonna show Bill gonna have a
okay.
45
All right,
minutes.
let's just get that out of the way.
Drew Bledsoe.
Oh, you're going.
He wasn't even on my list. He wasn't even on my
No.
list, Bill.
You're jumping off the. Oh, okay. Tell us why.
I'm a big Bledsoe guy, but when you start crunching the numbers, 98, 95 career record as a Patriot, 77.1 QB rating, 57.1 completion rating. Again, those numbers don't scream Hall of Fame, Patriots Hall of Fame. You shit the bed in the Super Bowl. I get it. Max Lane couldn't stop Reggie White, but still, Bledsoe was a walking stiff back there. Held the ball for too long. Ben Coates was his binky. It's the only guy he threw to. He had Terry Glenn there in the earlier years, but
Sean Jefferson.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry. His kid's better than him. Let's not go there. But no, Drew Bledsoe's my pick. And I was a Bledsoe guy, and I've always been a Bledsoe fan, but definitely overrated as a Patriot, and he was definitely not worth $100 million. The first NFL $100 million contract in history, not worth it.
Well, if you can call Billy Badwards whatever you want, but you can't call him unfair. He's as a fellow Bledsoe supporter. That's a big way to start this show, Bill.
I'm a big Bledsoe guy, but
Commend
you think about it, but he is definitely not – I think we think of him better than he really was.
Well, you and I do. Ray hates him. Ray couldn't put him on his overrated list because he thinks the absolute lowest of him. So how could it be overrated?
Who was that Bill did? Ray Bork? That he didn't put on his list because he just fucking hated him so much?
We don't talk about dead people in this chat.
Yeah, it was Ray Bork. All right.
Fuck Ray Bork.
All right. There it is.
Was Drew Bledsoe over? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. The $100 million contract really seals it, right? Like,
No, the knowing that he is more famous for making wine than he is as a New England Patriots quarterback makes him very overrated.
is he, or do you only know that he's making wine because he was an NFL quarterback?
No.
I guess his wine's been like
His wine, yeah. He's,
I heard it's really good. It's expensive.
but no one knows it. Whatever. Ray, fucking
You're
Whatever.
asking me. You're trying to go fucking wits end with me. Come on. Jesus Christ. Next
Hey,
up is
That's
me.
why I had first pick. I go Bledsoe.
Yeah.
Okay, Bledsoe,
I'm next.
fine.
This person was a Super Bowl hero. Everyone cheered for him because he won the game.
I got it.
3 seasons after that, he was benched in the Super Bowl for undisclosed reasons. Malcolm Butler. What he did on this team, yes, he did win a Super Bowl against Seattle by having that game-winning interception. 3 years after that, he only had 8 interceptions total. Didn't start in every single game either. And then when we needed him the most, Super Bowl against the Eagles, fucking benched for undisclosed reasons that we'll never figure out until Bill's dying wish or breath. But who fucking knows?
We'll
but
never know.
Yeah,
We'll never
I
know.
like Malcolm Butler. I think he's a good cornerback, but again, he's not matching up with your number one. The only number one he matched up with was Antonio Brown because he can match his quickness. But
Julio killed him.
Super Bowl against Atlanta, he never matched up against Julio. Couldn't match up with AJ Green. All these number ones definitely overrated. I agree.
He was wasn't he undrafted from like West Kentucky?
Alabama. West Alabama.
You know what I like most about that
Popeyes.
is Ray was doing a good job adding to the show. Not giving the name out immediately, kind of giving us his stats. Not that it was a game show, but Bill's like, I got it. Too fucking easy, Ray. You're an idiot. I got it right away. I'm the man. Knew it. Oh, Malcolm Butler? Knew it.
As soon as he said something, you already know. He wants to. All right, got it.
Malcolm Butler's a good one, yeah. I mean, if he doesn't have that catch in the Super Bowl, he might go down as underrated. Like, he might be a forgotten guy that was a really terrific number 2 cornerback that helped them get a Super Bowl win. And then, obviously, all the bullshit with the Philly Super Bowl. He doesn't – I mean, people shit on Bill Belichick for that, but we don't know the reason, and he clearly did something.
He wasn't good that year anyways, dude.
He was
not good. And he pouted because they went out and spent mega bucks on Stephon Gilmore, 5 for 65. That was the thing. You saw it because that year he was a restricted free agent, or not a restricted. They could do a tender on him, right? So they offered him the first round tender, which was like 3.1, and then you went out. He wanted a new contract. He went out and spent $65 million on Stephon Gilmore, and then he pouted the whole season, and it ended up with him getting benched in the Super Bowl. So I think that had something to do with it, but his play was not good that year. In a contract year, it was not good.
Yeah, you can't be an undrafted guy from Western Alabama and then not put 100% into the field and think that you're still going to be as good. That's what happened. I mean, he wasn't fully invested, and his talent wasn't good enough to carry over. It's a shame. It's a shame. He was a really fun, good guy to root for. But yeah, definitely overrated.
J.C. Jackson's better than him, I think. I think J.C. Jackson's play over the last 3 years has looked better outside of that one play in the Super Bowl. I mean, I get it. He got burnt in practice. It was highlighted in that fucking NFL film show, whatever it was. Do your job or whatever the fuck it was. He got burnt in practice, made that one good play, but I don't think he ever made that huge jump. I think he was the number one cornerback on the Patriots. But at that time, after Revis, Browner left, I think the secondary was weak with Logan Ryan was there, even Devin McCourty, those guys. And then even Chung, I mean, I think that at the time the secondary was not as good as it was in that 2014 season. And
not nearly.
And I think Malcolm Butler is you basically chose Revis, which was the right move over Malcolm Butler. So I think overrated, yes, because he got pushed right up after that one Super Bowl to the number one cornerback and then the fucking NFL darling after making one of the greatest plays in Super Bowl history. You know what I mean? So,
and he's a tough little, and he's a tough little player.
Was never hurt.
But he was
always
But
scrappy.
you can see it on the Titans. He's made that team and he's been a starting quarterback for them. But every other week you're seeing a play where he gets burnt. He's a good cornerback. That's it. And yeah, you're right. Perfect overrated guy who was vaulted as one of the best cornerbacks in the league because of essentially one play. So well done. Really, really good defined underrated.
And he was in on that Tyler Lockett.
I think this is the first Sunday social that I've ever got a compliment.
Well, you're usually dumb.
He was on my list. I had him up there. I mean,
fuck you, Bill.
I swear to God.
I
Okay.
don't care.
Bill knew it as soon as you opened your mouth.
Yep.
Okay.
Malcolm Butler.
Can I go?
Yep.
My guy is a guy that was on the Patriots team.
I know it.
Do you know it? He was on the Patriots. Bill, let's see if you can get this.
Wes Welker.
Nope. Sorry. You
That was
lose.
close.
Randy Moss.
Oh, he was on my list as well.
He has to be. He's probably. I mean, I'm surprised it took me to get there. Malcolm Butler's good, but Randy Moss is. He made the dynasty team. He had one good fucking year here. He had one really good year here, but he had one good year here.
I would give him
that's
2
it.
because he had a good year with he had 1,000 yards with Matt Castle.
Did he have best wide receiver ever type of year, which is what he was considered when he
Did
had
he get like 13
2007?
or 14 touchdowns that one year with Matt Castle? He had a decent year, but then he quit on the
08,
team.
he only got 11 TDs. 09, he had 13 TDs.
I mean, he shot his way out of town in 2000. The year after that, I was at the Jets game where Castle got that touchdown in the end zone. That rainy, nasty game against the Jets that went to overtime. They lost to Brett Favre. But yeah, no, I mean, look, the thing is, it's overrated. It's not bad. Obviously in 2007, they're in the conversation of greatest team of all time. Randy Moss was a huge part of that. Set the touchdown record with Brady that still holds. And it was, a resurrection to his career that was in the dumps in Oakland. And that was a fantastic year. But he is considered one of the best wide receivers in Patriots history, and he ain't. He had one good year. I would take a half a dozen wide receivers over Randy Moss this second, and that to me spells overrated. Go for it. Give me some. Can
I add something to you?
Yeah, go ahead.
So 07, obviously, he had the record-breaking performance, 23 touchdowns. In the playoffs, he was a fucking dud. 94 total yards in 3 games. He went 14, 18, and 62. That's all he had in the playoffs.
If he stretches his hands out, we're 19-0 too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's he's kind of the quintessential diva wide receiver. They underachieved with that 15-1 team in Minnesota. He got the big contract to go to Oakland. Absolutely dogged it there. Shot his way out of town. I don't even remember where he ended up after the Patriots.
San Francisco, then Tennessee. It was. Yeah,
Tennessee
I was
first.
at the game where he caught his last NFL touchdown. It was with the 49ers, that fucking 34-3 game.
So, I think that's an easy one. This will be fun, though. Let me start naming wide receivers, and you say yes if you would take him over Randy Moss, no if you wouldn't. Okay?
Okay.
Julian Edelman.
No.
Ray?
I'll take Julian Edelman over Moss.
Wes Welker.
No.
No over Wes Welker?
No.
I'm a yes on both those, by the way. David Givens.
No.
Oh.
Patton.
No.
No.
All right, you guys are fucking idiots then. Then you don't think he's overrated. Then you disagree with me.
I disagree with you.
So he's not on your list anywhere.
No. Nope.
He fucking sucked, Bill.
23 touchdowns, 11
left
touchdowns with Matt Castle, and he caught 13 in 2009, and then he shot his way out of town. That 3 years is ridiculous. I don't think, again, what he had, fucking 47 touchdowns in 3 years? Something like that, right?
I'm not going to question your math.
So, I mean, that's not overrated. He caught 11 touchdowns with Matt Castle. Matt fucking Castle. 11 touchdowns, and he did not quit on the team that year. Second year, he got paid, and he still didn't quit. He didn't quit until the end of his deal. I don't think that 3-year stretch before 2010 was one of the best 3-year stretches in Patriots history.
It was a mid-season in 2009. That wasn't the end of his deal.
He got paid after
you
year
can't give
one.
Him, you
he got a 3 for $27 million deal after
you can't put it on his resume that he didn't shoot his way out of town. He waited long enough to shoot his way out of town. He still he was still a cunt and shot his way out of town.
2010, though, he had a good 3-year stretch with his team. One of the most productive wide receivers.
And then he fucking turned into an asshole.
He's not on my list as overrated.
So he's the greatest wide receiver of all time? Because that's what he's heralded when he was on the Patriots, the greatest wide receiver of all time.
Talent-wise, he's up there. He's top 2, I think, top 3 of all time.
No, I would take Edelman, Welker, Patton, Given. I would take these guys over him. They're better in that on the Patriots team. They were better for him. They're more reliable.
They were there longer.
They never won shit. He never won shit. He's a loser player. He's an extremely talented, uber talented loser player. They're scattered across the league, across every single sport, and Randy Moss tops that list. One of the greatest wide receivers of all time, never won shit. Welcome to the list, Charles Barkley, James Harden. Fucking losers.
Cool, you're up again.
Great. I got a couple I could go here. Do I get to go again, or do I only get two?
You
You
go
got
again.
3, but this is your
This is your
Okay.
second one.
you
Okay.
finish.
I have. Oh man, this is tough. This is tough. One is very predictable that I've been saying all year. One is very controversial.
Go controversial.
I got a controversial one too.
Devin McCourty.
Wow.
Great Patriot. One of the best Patriots of all time. His last 2 contracts are ludicrous, and they're only because Bill lost his fastball bringing in players in this team. He has never been considered the best safety in football. He gets paid like he is. How many game-breaking plays can you remember Devin McCourty making?
He plays deep safety. I kind
Is that the fucking question, Bill? Was that the question?
That was not the
How
question,
many
Bill.
game-breaking plays has he made?
Maybe
Not
3.
like you can't remember. Like he has a cluster of interceptions at the beginning of every season. He's been an excellent pro, a really terrific Patriot. But in New England, he's considered one of the greatest safeties that has ever come around, and he's not. Think about him versus Rodney Harrison or Lawyer Malloy.
And he was drafted as a cornerback, and he
I would
could
take
hack
Devin
it as a
over
quarterback.
Lloyd. Give me Devin McCourty over Laurie Malloy any day of the week.
That's fine. That's fine. How many big plays did he make?
Dude, he's got 3 Super Bowls, and I think at
You know how many people in the Patriots have 3 Super Bowls,
Hold
Bill?
on, shut
we
up.
can go
The
to
last
we can go to
contract, yes.
backup offensive linemen that have 3 fucking rings. That's a dumb argument.
I thought when they signed him after 2014, his second contract, he was worth every penny they paid for him. I think this contract, the extension that he got, no. But I think for that, from 14, once he made that transition to safety full time, 2013, 2012, when he made the real transition full time, he's been one of the best safeties in the league. Yeah, he's not an eye popping number, but he plays. If you think about it, he's that cover 1 guy. He covers the whole field. I can't agree with your overrated. I think
This definition from a Homer Patriots fan is exactly why Devin McCourty is overrated. Well, he plays the cover 1, and Bill Belichick is telling us how important that's been for his system for the last 10 years. So he must be amazing. He must be worth $10
I'm not
million
saying he's
a year.
amazing, but I don't think he's overrated.
Then he's overrated because
I
he's
don't think so.
considered amazing.
Team captain every year, leader in the locker room. I don't think he's overrated. It's glue of this team.
So glue and captain make.
I don't think he's overrated. I think his play on the field,
elevates you?
it slipped a little bit this year. It slipped in his last contract, but his second contract after his rookie year has been pretty solid. He was great in 15. He was great in 16. He was great in 17. Great in 18. The last, 19 and 20. Yeah, he slipped a little bit. He had 5 interceptions last year. Remember that, or 6 interceptions last year too.
And
So
how
don't
many of
forget
those
that.
were game break? How many of those were plays that he made that jumped the play, made a change the game? How many of those were floaters because he plays center field 30 yards away from the ball? I mean, when the Patriots need someone to cover a tight end, he's their last sword. Like as a safety, you should be able to match up with the best tight ends in the league and lock them down. That's your best safety in the league type of guy. And when he has to match up with safeties, he generally gets fucking burnt. His entire career, he's generally gotten burnt.
When he matches up with safeties, of course, because he plays fucking defense, so he can't match up with safeties. You idiot.
Tight ends. What did I say?
Oh boy.
Oh! Take my little word scramble and call me an idiot, Bill. What would you consider? What would you consider Devin McCourty?
I don't think he's
Like,
overrated.
how do you okay, then define him.
I
Define what he is.
think he's perfectly rated for this team. Perfectly
What is
rated.
that? How was he rated?
Do you think Teddy Bruschi's overrated?
I didn't ask you that question.
Hold on. I'm asking you this question. Do you think Teddy
Why?
Bruschi's
What does it
overrated?
have to do
because
with Devin McCourty?
I lump Devin McCourty in the Teddy Bruschi mold.
Well, I think Teddy
Like, I-
Bruschi is overrated in New England as well.
Oh, fuck.
So yeah, there you go.
I do think Teddy Bruschi's overrated.
Okay,
a little
then
bit
Devin
too,
McCourty-
but I don't
Then
think
Then your
Devin.
point doesn't make any
In
sense.
New England,
I
Bill,
compare
Devin
the players.
McCourty is
I'm not
considered
saying-
for years. Devin McCourty was considered the best safety in the league. If you ask people in New England,
Well, that's because the people are homers. I've never said he was the
That's
best safety in the league. I
what
said he was one of the
we're
top ones, not the best.
talking about, Bill. This is what overrated is. How are they defined versus what they actually are? Devin McCourty was defined and paid as he was paid as the number 1 safety in the league, and he was considered a top safety, one of the best safeties in the league. Is that true?
When he signed that contract, yeah, I think he was up there. He was the top 5 safety in the
Then
league.
fine. Then we can disagree with that, and he got
Yeah.
paid as number 1, not top 5. The 5th was making like $17 million less than him. Either way, the point is, I love him. He's a fantastic Patriot. I don't think that he's made enough of the biggest plays that Teddy Bruschi has made. That's where the difference for me is. Where are the game-breaking plays from Devin McCourty? Doesn't have enough of them for him to land off my underrated list. Raymond?
Fair enough.
My
Go ahead,
turn?
Ray.
This person was you want to play the guessing game again, Bill?
Keep going.
He was the second highest paid kicker in the NFL. When it came to the playoff time, he was the biggest choke artist, but yet got paid top dollar.
Got it.
Steven Gostkowski, most overrated Patriots kicker of all time.
Good one. I never even thought to go to kickers.
Sorry, I had to throw it out there, but I mean,
Sure,
regular season, fucking mint. You make everything. Come playoff time, the guy fucking had the yips like no one ever had the yips before. He couldn't make a big fucking kick if the life. After we had Adam Vinatieri, who won his 3 Super Bowls, 2 Super Bowls. Yeah, I know, Bill. I just said 2. I'm sorry. Won 2 Super Bowls, and then we have this guy. I mean, come on. Most overrated kicker of all time in the NFL and the Patriots.
I think that, well, seeing as they've only had like 2 since they're doing good, I think that hasn't he averaged a missed kick in every playoff game that he's ever been in?
I think so.
Or, yeah, an extra point. He missed the extra point in Denver.
Yeah,
he missed in Denver. They shoot going for 2.
The problem is the Patriots were so good that it didn't hurt them. And he didn't miss one. I don't even remember what he missed in Philadelphia.
He missed a field goal early in Philly, and then don't forget too in the 2007 Super Bowl, they went for it on 4th and 5 at was a 40. They bypassed a 47-yard field goal to go for it on like 4th and 5 or 4th and 7 because they did not trust him kicking a field goal at that point. Where if you give him a chance there, you get some points. What was it? 17-14 was the game. You're tied there. When Plexico Borges scores that touchdown there over Ellis Hobbs. So I mean, you didn't trust him in a big game, and you showed it again, even in the Rams Super Bowl. Missed a field goal, right?
Yeah.
And then even the field goal he made to ice the game was like barely in the uprights. So it's like you saw it. And then Atlanta.
Hasn't he missed one? He's missed one in every Super Bowl.
He missed the extra point in Atlanta.
I think he's missed a kick in every playoff game he's ever been in.
The Atlanta game, he missed it. They kept having to go for 2 because it was 28-9 because he missed the extra point. Denver, where they're going in the AFC Championship game against Peyton Manning in Denver, he missed a fucking extra point too, and knocked it off the uprights, which was his first career missed extra point ever. And it was a huge game.
Yep.
Yeah, they would have tied it. They went for 2 with Gronk.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let me ask you this: Would you rather have Steven Gostkowski or Nick Folk?
Gostkowski. Even now. At
He's
least
kicking okay in Tennessee. He had week 1,
he's kicking terribly. He's missed 9 or 10 total kicks this year.
Yeah, but 6 of them were in week 1, Bill.
Still
missing extra points. He's still missing a lot of kicks, dude.
Yeah, he doesn't look good.
Okay, but
I'd still take him over Nick Folk. At least he's got a big leg.
Go.
Nick Folk is good from 4. His season long is 42 yards.
Nick Folk.
And that was an iffy 42 yards. That was the one that barely snuck through.
I think he tied it this week against Buffalo. He kicked a good 42-yarder against Buffalo.
Yeah, he's straightened out. He's been the least of the problems for the Patriots. He's lucky.
Last year too. You remember we were praying to God in Philly. Every kick and extra point.
We were watching.
But I mean, he was still like he's been solid from under 45 yards.
I don't think that he's a guy that gets the yips. I just don't think he's that good.
No, he sucks.
You could have
had
so
Young Ho. You had that
Young Ho, who's the first number 1 kicker in the league right now, I believe.
He sucked for us too, though.
Well, he sucked for San Diego, and he was on the practice squad, and Atlanta picked him up on the practice squad because they brought him and Nick Folk in at the same time. But Bill doesn't like rookies. Bill doesn't like young kickers. He's shown it. I mean, Gostkowski, again, at the time when he came out, he was the best kicker in the draft, and he proved it for a while. I guess him and Justin Tucker are the 2 best kickers for the last 12 years, right? I mean, obviously Gostkowski finally fucking shit the bed, but I mean, he is the Patriots' all-time leading scorer. But yeah, in big games, sure, he's definitely overrated in big games. You couldn't trust him. If you think about his pressure kicks, shit, you just started in Tennessee. Look at that pressure kick. You're going to beat Pittsburgh, and you fucking shank it. It's like, come on, dude. Another pressure kick.
Good pick, Ray.
Wow, I got 2 good picks.
Nice. Yeah, you're on a roll, baby.
Queen, you're up.
Steve Grogan. Going old school here. It's not that old. He retired in 1990, but he played 16 years with the Patriots, never won a playoff game, never made a Pro Bowl, threw 20 more picks than touchdowns. He's in the Patriots Hall of Fame. Everybody loves him around here. Got blown out in the fucking Super Bowl, him and Tony Easton. I just think Grogan is one of the most overrated players in the Patriots history.
You're on your own on this one, Queen, because we went around and they sucked so bad that they had to cling on to someone who was a little bit good, and that was the guy. And they got to a Super Bowl, so you can understand. You can understand why they, why they herald him the way that they did. Yeah, sure. The stats bear it out that he was not as good as people like to make him out as be, but yeah, a little bit beyond me considering I'm not 60.
Yeah. None of us are getting ready to retire like you are, Bill.
I wish
Good
I could
pick,
retire.
Bill.
Thanks. You
Want
want
to
my
go?
next one?
Want to go again?
Julian Edelman.
Oh. End it. End it now.
Bad pick.
Nope. So he routinely leads the NFL in drops every single year since he's been a full-time wide receiver, and he's been a full-time starter. I get it. His playoff resume is huge, but I think regular season, I just think he's a product of Tom Brady. You're seeing it now with Cam Newton. I get it. He's been a little bit hurt, but
A little
Julian
bit hurt,
Edelman.
Bill. Come on.
Nope.
All right,
Julian
hold on.
Edelman. Julian
I'm going to
Edelman
let you
is
go,
overrated.
but
People
this year
are
is
fucking,
not a
people
sentiment
are
on
talking
Julian
like
Edelman's career.
people have brought up the fact just because of his playoff resume that he should be a Hall of Famer. It's completely and utter fucking shit. He's been notoriously hurt almost every single year he's been in the fucking league. I get it. He was a quarterback, transition to wide receiver. You've seen it. Wes Welker, another guy that's been is very overrated in this offense. You're seeing it. The slot guy, Brady's guys, overrated. Julian Edelman's my pick. I would take Randy Moss over Julian Edelman any day of the week. And if we were talking about overrated wide receivers in the Patriot system, Julian Edelman is the top of my list.
Ooh, that. Ray, do you have anything to say?
That's a terrible fucking take. Terrible take.
Julian Edelman.
Edelman, I think he's a Hall of Fame fucking wide receiver.
Crazy.
If you want,
that's why he's overrated, because you idiots around here, homers, think he's fucking Hall of Fame.
Bill, if you want to tout about Steven Gostkowski's misfortunes in the playoffs and how that makes him overrated, then you cannot directly turn around and tell us that the postseason performances by Julian Edelman don't count for making him not overrated.
No, it's my list.
Complete contradiction.
It's my fucking list, Rich.
It's
if I want to call him
list,
overrated,
you selfish cunt. It's our list.
This is my list. My picks are my fucking list.
We are compiling a list
You
together.
put fucking Stephon Gilmore in the most overrated, so suck my fucking dick.
First of all, he hasn't made this list yet, Bill. Stephon Gilmore has not made this list.
Guy. Did you forget he's a steroid guy? Yeah,
everyone's a steroid guy, Bill.
Yeah,
everyone's a steroid guy.
Fuck
You
Julian
sheep.
Edelman, he's overrated.
You sheep. They're all on steroids.
8 Coronas gets Bill angry.
He's overrated.
We've reached the angry point of the show.
I'm just looking up his fantastic statistics.
Hold on, my pizza's here.
Oh, you got a sub.
He lied. He got a meat lover.
He's got a pizza and an Italian sub and onion rings.
Yeah.
The guy's like, hey, where's the party at? Oh, no, it's just me, sir.
No, it was just me. He's like, is this where all the prostitutes end up?
Yeah. Why do I always see women coming up from the basement with the little hamster squirrel cage with the little water?
Cash in their hand.
Yeah. Did you get a pizza or a sub?
Oh, I said pizza, but I meant sub from the Pizza Man.
Ah, I got you.
Nice. I'm just going through this. Julian Edelman has recorded 100 catches twice in his career. Twice he's had in the 90s, 92
Product of
and
Tom
98.
Brady.
3 times he has gone
Never
over
made a Pro
1,000
Bowl.
yards.
Never made a Pro Bowl.
972 yards.
Touchdowns. What's his career touchdowns? 7.
His most
career high.
touchdowns.
7.
Career high in touchdowns was 7. He's had 6 3 times. If we go
He's overrated.
to playoffs, they're much better.
Yeah, I know, but he's still overrated.
So you think that Julian Edelman is overrated because people consider him a Hall of Famer based on his playoff statistics?
Yep.
Do you think people consider him a Hall of Famer not based on his playoff statistics?
Borderline. I mean, you hear the noise around here. I think you talk Hall of Famer. I don't think so. You know,
No, he's not. Oh, well, let's be clear. Julian Edelman is not a Hall of
But
Famer.
I mean, you again. What?
So technically, you could say you can't say overrated. If the sentiment is that Julian Edelman is a Hall of Famer, then that is incorrect, and he is by definition overrated. But the way that you so animately described how fucking basically
Angrily.
that Edelman sucks.
I never said he sucks.
Constantly
I just think
leads
he's
the
not
league
as.
in drops. Fuck you if you fucking think he's fuck Julian Edelman. He's fucking overrated.
It's my opinion.
Well, that's the only thing that matters in
And
this
it's
show. Queen.
Bill's list, okay?
It's Bill's list. That's how we're going to
Bill's
define
list.
this.
Yeah,
is
your
Bill's
list is the 3 picks you give. My list is the 3 picks I give, and you as well, Rich. So that's your list, right?
No, it's not. We are a team here, Bill. This is a team show, and you
This
need
show's
to be.
called Simple Minds.
We understand that you're the queen, and you're not used to working as a team. You have your subordinates, as you put it, or your subjects, as I would put it, and you have your king and Ray's dad, who considers you his little bitch boy. But
He's a cuckold cunt. Fuck
on
him.
this show, we
He's
work as a
overrated.
team. This is our list, and because of you, we have to put Julian Edelman on it. So that's
Great. Now my dad's going to ask what a cuckold is.
Please, if he asked you, can you please videotape it?
Yeah, and then just send him to Google Images. All right, Ray, you're up.
Oh, fuck. I have 2. Can I put them together? Both
Yeah,
first
sure.
round.
We're off the fucking rails at this point.
Both first round picks. Nikhil Harry, Sonny Michel, both overrated. They shouldn't be first round picks. They shouldn't even be on this team anymore. That's my 2 picks.
Busts. I would label them as busts. I don't know if I label them on
They're
overrated.
not overrated. I don't think the hype was that much, and they just came at not overrated.
That's fine. Okay. They don't
2 out
make
of 3 ain't bad.
they don't make Bill's list. I got one, not Stephon Gilmore, but that's my honorable mention because by definition he's also overrated. But here's one: LeGarrette Blount. LeGarrette
fuck
Blount
you.
in New England is considered a fucking folklore hero, and he was a talentless battering ram that they put on the goal line. He scored 18 touchdowns one year. Good for him. He wasn't that good. He's another fucking fly-by-night running back that tagged on to Brady's championship team.
Jonas Gray scored 4 touchdowns in 1 game, and if he didn't oversleep his alarm or sleep through his alarm, there would have been no LeGarrette Blount resurgence in New England because Jonas Gray would have been the guy. He's the same fucking player.
There you go. Let's hear your counterpoint, Ray. You think he's great?
I enjoyed LeGarrette Blount.
How do you think LeGarrette Blount is defined in New England?
Boom, 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 boom. Smoke him if you got him.
Blunt force trauma!
Yeah.
I think LeGarrette Blount is looked upon by New England fans as one of the best running backs that they've
Oh,
had
kind of
in
like
the Super
Julian
Bowl
Edelman.
era. But
Oh,
Julian Edelman was
no,
one
best
of the best wide
receiver
receivers
ever.
that they've had in the Super Bowl era. It's Randy Moss, Julian Edelman, and Wes Welker. That's the list. Troy Brown's at the
I
4th.
put Wes Welker was overrated as well.
That's fine, but they're still one of the best ones. Do you think LeGarrette Blount makes the list of best running backs in Patriots history? No, because we've
Hell
already
no.
done that
Ray put him
fucking
on
show.
his stupid list.
Number
We already
3.
done that show. We've
Number
already
3.
done that show. All right, this has been the Simple Minds Sports Show Sunday Social Hour. Most overrated Patriots, a.k.a. Bill's List. We'll see you on Monday for headlines. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.